Hello everybody, it's Command Block Kid here, and today I'll be showing you all how to copy structures from one world to another in Minecraft 1.17 Java Edition. Before we get started, I have a quick note to make. This tutorial was recorded on Windows 10 with Minecraft being on 1.17 Java Edition. If you're using a different operating system, you may notice some differences between Windows 10 and the OS that you're currently using. Also, you're going to be navigating through your Minecraft files and worlds, so please make a backup of the world with the structure you want to clone and the world where the structure will be cloned to. With that out of the way, let's get started. First things first, you're going to need to get yourself a structure block. You can use the give command by typing in /give, your username or target selector, structure block, like so. Now you have a structure block. We're going to pick a corner of our structure. In this case, it's an irregularly shaped house. We're going to go ahead and place it down on the outermost corner of one of our of this structure. So that would be about right there, I want to say. Yeah. You don't want to place it here because then that's going to interfere right here. And the boundary line gets created right about here at this corner, like this innermost one. So it'd be better just to do this one right here. Now we just need to go ahead and find the opposite corner, like the exact opposite of this one. So I'm just going to fly around to the exact opposite, and that's going to be right about here somewhere. So I'm just going to build up. Look, there we go. Now we're going to take this corner down here, this bottommost, innermost corner right here. That's going to be the other boundary, like so. Now, if you want help with visualizing this, or if you're having trouble like getting this accurate with just 2, you can use 8, 1 for each corner. But for those of you who want it speedy and stuff like that, go ahead and just do 2, like what I did here. I'm just going to remove this tower here, and now we're going to go ahead and go into a structure block, and we're just basically going to set it to corner, and we're going to type whatever we want. In this case, I'm going to type 10, because why not? So we're going to set that to done. Alright, and it will pop up with something like Minecraft 10. That is normal. Alright, so you don't need to remove the Minecraft or anything like that. That is perfectly normal. Now we're going to go to the other structure block, and we're going to do the same thing. Name it the exact same thing as the other structure block. Alright, or else it's not gonna work. So now that we have that set, we're gonna place down a structure block outside of the structure boundary, which is gonna be right around here. We're going to set the mode to save. We're going to type in 10, and we're going to press detect. Now we successfully have detected the size. We're just gonna look around just to make sure everything is good and everything fits, and the roof is not cut off. There we go. Now, a quick note to make here. If you're going to be using the detect feature, it only works when you have a structure that is equal to or less than 48 by 48 by 48 blocks, or 48 cubed. So keep that in mind when you're creating structures. If it goes over that limit, you're going to need to shrink down the structure size, and you might need to clone using multiple structure blocks. Anyways, with that out of the way, we're going to go down here, and we're going to press the big save button right here in all caps, like so. And there you have it. That is the first part of the tutorial complete. Next up, we're going to be traveling to the place that your Minecraft worlds are saved in. Getting there is a little tricky, but I'll be providing you a few methods to help you get to your files. I would highly recommend that you make a backup of your worlds now, before going forward. The first method is where you take a screenshot by pressing F2, or depending on your keyboard, you may have to hold down FN and F2. And once you get this message that says saved screenshot as whatever, hit T, and go ahead and click it. Like so. Now I should let you know that I am using Windows 10 for this tutorial, and things may look a little different depending on the operating system. If you're using Windows 10 like me, click on the 3 dots up here and go to where it says File Info. Now you see this folder path right here? This is what we're mostly focused on. We're going to hold this down. We're going to highlight this entire text here. And we're going to hit Control Copy or Control C. If you're on a Mac, it would be Command V or Command C, excuse me. Alright, so once we get that set, we don't need this. Alright, I'm just going to minimize it for now. We're going to open up File Explorer or the equivalent if you're using a different operating system. And I'm going to hit Control V or Command V if you, depending on what you are. And you should paste it right here in this little bar. Once you have, hit Enter, and you'll see that I have a couple of screenshots. However, we're not focused on screenshots right now. We're going to go back to this .minecraft section right here and go into Saves, and voila, you are in your Minecraft worlds. Method 2 is going to require a little bit of technical knowledge, but you'll be able to pick up on this rather quickly. I'm using Windows 10 for this tutorial, so things may look a bit different if you're using a different operating system such as Mac or Linux. Anyways, go ahead, open up File Explorer or the equivalent. In my case, I'm going to go to this PC, and which drive to choose? If you only have one drive, select it, but if you have multiple drives, by default, it's usually the C drive right here. If you're more technically advanced and you've installed Minecraft to a different drive, you'd go ahead and click something like here, wherever. In my case, I'm going to go ahead and click on Windows. I'm going to go to Users, and this part here, if your username is here or your account name or whatever you use to log onto this computer, go ahead and click that. Otherwise, if you're like me and you see just comma, go ahead, double click that. And this is one of the harder parts of the tutorial. You might not be able to see app data right away. If you do not see it, go ahead, click View, make sure the Hidden Items box is checked. If it's not, you're not going to be able to see anything, like so. But if you do check it, you'll now be able to see app data. Go ahead, double click that, go to Roaming, go to Minecraft, go to Saves, and there you have it. You are now able to see all of your Minecraft worlds. Go ahead and click on the world with the structure that you've saved in it. So in my case, it's this one right here, Command Tutorials. Next up, we're going to click Generated. Minecraft, Structures, and depending on how many times you've used structure blocks in your world, you're going to see how many you've saved, or you might just see one, depending on if it's your first time using them. But in my case, since I remember saving 10, I'm going to click 10 right here, and I'm going to open up a new File Explorer window. So I'm just going to move these side by side as best as I can. And I'm going to exit out of the world right here. And as you can see, I've already exited out of the Minecraft worlds back here, just so that Minecraft doesn't crash on me. So I'm going to go down to where it says, find your destination world that you want to clone the world to. In my case, it's a Hunger Games map right here that I haven't named yet. And you should look for a generated folder. If you do not see a generated folder, that means that you have not saved a structure to that world yet. So you're going to need to go ahead and just save like a test structure or something like that. Just put two structure blocks in opposite corners of each other, and then save it with a save structure block as whatever. As long as it's not the same name as the one that you did in this tutorial, you're fine. So once you have the generated folder up here, you're going to go ahead, click Minecraft, Structures, and in my case I have already saved a couple of structures here. But I'm going to go ahead, take this file. I am not going to drag and drop this, alright? It looks really simple, but you actually can, but just doing this on the same hard drive, because in my case all of this is running on my C drive. If this were between this drive and another drive, it would be fine, but in my case, it's automatically just going to go ahead and move it from one folder to another, and in my case, I don't want that. So rather than drag and drop, we're just going to right click it and hit copy, right click here, and hit paste. Now you have your original file right here in your structure, your original structure world, so you can still use this in that world, and you can now use it in your new world, or your destination world, as well. Both of these are good now, so we're going to be moving on to the final step of the tutorial. Alright, so your structure file has been copied from your source world to your destination, but first you need to actually load the structure. So go into the world that you wanted to clone the structure in, alright, so that should be your destination world. Go over to get a structure block, alright, and I'm just going to place it down right here, because this is where I've planned out where I want to place it. I'm going to go into it, I'm going to type in my structure block name, which in this case is 10. And I'm going to press the big load button in all caps. Now look at that. We have ourselves our box, or the boundary box. Now this is where the structure is going to go, starting from this point right here. If we wanted to move it somewhere else, we'd go ahead and use the different rotation buttons. That would each rotate it in a different direction. But none of these work out because they're all going to either go way beyond the world border in my case, or they're going to go in the middle of a river, which looks weird to be honest. But anyways, once you have your thing planned out, where you want to be exactly, go ahead, hit load, and voila! You have successfully cloned a structure from one world to another in Minecraft Java Edition. Congratulations! Thank you all very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or the like, please leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll do my best to respond to your comments. If you liked this video, please drop a like, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please consider subscribing. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you have a good one. Bye!